turn along with us to, amen, the Gospel according to St. Matthew. Amen. For I'm not a stranger. Amen. It's maybe my first time speaking here, but I have many other folk here that know me, know of me. Amen. Amen. St. Matthew, the 16th chapter. Amen. We will read just a few verses for your hearing. Amen. Starting with the 25th verse. St. Matthew, the 16th chapter, and the 25th verse. Amen. You shall find these words. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? For the Son of Man shall come in the glory of his Father with the angels. And then he shall reward every man according to his works. I want to read one more verse for your hearing, that being Hebrews, the 9th chapter and the 27th verse. Amen. I'll give you time to find that, but I'm just going to go ahead and read it. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. Amen. Amen. If I will preach to you today, amen, I will use all of those verses and use a brief synopsis of those verses together and speak to you from a topic, one life to live. One life to live. Amen. We just ask that you would pray with us.
Amen.
Amen. That you would keep your Bibles open so that you could see where we are today. Amen. Amen. You know, my brothers and sisters, many times in this world, we become so confused. I look back at my life and I see that there were many times that I thought the path that I was taking was the right path. I thought that I was taking the right road. Now, don't get me wrong, but I know that I'm not the only one in here, and I know that I'm not perfect because Romans 3:23 declares, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Now, this particular verse seemed to ring out at me when I was going down the wrong path. When I know that I wasn't doing what God called me to do. Amen. However, instead of seeing the sins that I was committing, I used this particular verse as a crutch. Amen. A crutch on which to keep on doing what I was doing. Because I felt like if I had to stop sinning, y'all don't hear me today, then everybody else had to stop sinning. Yes, my brothers and sisters, not realizing at the time that I only had one life to live. I was young and I was full of energy. And I felt that I should be able to party and do as I saw others do. My brothers and sisters, I was what you would call the young and the restless. Do I have a witness here? But at an early age, I knew that there was something different about me. Can I get a witness? I knew that I saw things differently than other teenagers because the calling of God was on my life. But I thought that the world had too much to offer. Do I have a witness here? Amen. Yes, my friends would tell me about parties that they had gone to. Amen. Because back then, Mama wouldn't let me go to no parties. Amen. She kept a tight rope around us boys. Do I have a witness here? Amen. Amen. And they would tell me about all the things that they had done. And then my mind began to wander. And I began to say to myself, you got time. Y'all know what I'm talking about today. You young. You got plenty of time. Amen. The enemy knew that if he could get me to just play in the world for a little bit, that he could get me to fall into his traps. Do I have a witness here? Amen. You can play around in the world a little bit and then still have time to come back to the church. Amen. And as I got a little bit older, I began to experiment with marijuana. And I kept telling myself, you have time. Anybody ever been there? Can I be a witness? Not realizing that I only had one life to live. Amen. You see, church, I didn't realize that the devil had me playing with God. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You see, I was playing with time. Amen. Because the Bible doesn't tell us anything about how long our days will be numbered. Amen. But he tells us that our days could be, amen, 70 if we live holy. Can I get a witness? Amen. See, I was playing with time. Now, I know I'm not the only one in here that has played with time. Yes, I was flirting with time. I'm not talking about anybody else's time, but I was playing with my own time. I feel pretty good, all right, church. Amen. I'm reminded of St. John, amen, where it said, I must do the works of him that sent me while it is day. Amen. The night cometh when no man can work. Amen. This brings me to my first point. And my first point, the time that I'm speaking about is a chronological time, which in the Greek is considered to be chronos. Can I get a witness? Chronos is that time that we go by, the time on your watch, which is the geological or the sequential form of time. After 12 is 1. After 1, there is 2. The time on the clock or on your watch. Amen. The time that we're going to spend here today. In other words, it is a time that we can somewhat control. During this time, I could not see the time that really matters, which brings me to my second point. Amen. Do I have a witness here? Amen. The second point is the time that is called kairos. Kairos, which is a time that is completely out of our control. In other words, a time when conditions are right for the accomplishment of a crucial action. The opportune and decisive moment. The